Beloved Masters of Light, I come to you now with the radiance of eternal truth, with the vibration of remembrance that awakens the deepest knowing within your soul. You live in a world where shadows of illusion have long covered the brilliance of divine light, a realm where humanity has been taught to believe more in fear than in love, more in limitation than in possibility, more in separation than in unity. Yet the time has come, beloved ones, when these shadows must dissolve, for they cannot endure in the presence of the rising dawn. The light within you is stirring, calling you to rise above the veils of illusion, to remember who you are, and to live as the radiant beings of truth that you have always been. The illusions that surround you are many. They appear in the belief that you are separate from Source, separate from one another, separate from the living earth that nourishes you. They appear in the belief that you are small, powerless, and at the mercy of forces outside your control. They appear in the stories of conflict and division, of scarcity and survival, of judgment and fear. These illusions have been woven into your societies, into your education, into your traditions, and even into your very sense of identity. They form a web that seems so real, so solid, that many live their entire lives without ever questioning whether what they see is truth or simply shadow. Yet I tell you, beloved ones, that illusion is not your reality. It is but a thin veil, a temporary dream, a mist that vanishes when touched by the light of awareness. You are not small, you are vast. You are not powerless, you are creators. You are not separate, you are one with all that is. These are not lofty ideas meant to comfort you, they are eternal truths written into the fabric of your soul. When you begin to remember, when you choose to look beyond appearances and trust the inner knowing of your heart, you begin to rise above the shadows of illusion. And as you rise, you see that what once seemed like chains were only threads of mist, dissolving at the touch of your light. The shadows of illusion grow strongest in times of great change, for as humanity approaches new thresholds of awakening, the remnants of old energy struggle to hold their grip. You see this now in your world, fear broadcast through your media, division amplified between groups, uncertainty spread like wildfire across nations. These are the final echoes of the old paradigm, the voices of illusion seeking to distract you, to pull you back into sleep, to convince you once more that you are powerless. But hear me well, beloved ones, you are not powerless. You are radiant sparks of divine consciousness, and the shadows have no strength when you choose to stand in the light. To rise above illusion does not mean to deny the world around you or to pretend that suffering does not exist. It means to see with the eyes of truth, to recognize the pain but also to recognize the eternal self beyond it, to acknowledge the challenges but also to perceive the opportunities for growth that lie within them. Illusion tells you that you are a victim of circumstance, truth reminds you that you are a co-creator of experience. Illusion tells you that you are alone, truth reminds you that you are supported by legions of light, by the love of Source, by the web of all life that surrounds you. Illusion tells you that the world is broken, truth reminds you that divine order is always at work, even when unseen, guiding all back into harmony. Beloved ones, the path of rising above illusion begins within. The shadows you see outside are reflections of the shadows within your mind, beliefs, fears, and patterns inherited through lifetimes of living under the veil. To ascend beyond them, you must first illuminate them with awareness. Look gently into yourself and notice the voices that tell you you are not enough, that tell you you are limited, that tell you you must compete or struggle to survive. These are not your truth. They are the residue of the old dream, patterns that dissolve the moment you no longer feed them with belief. When you feel fear arise, do not resist it but see it for what it is, a shadow that has no substance. Breathe light into it, call upon your soul to reveal its deeper lesson, and release it into love. Each time you do this, you reclaim another fragment of your power, another spark of your true essence. As you rise above illusion, you become a beacon for others. Your presence itself begins to radiate clarity. People around you may not understand why they feel calmer, clearer, more hopeful in your presence, but it is because you are no longer entangled in the web of illusion. They feel your alignment with truth. This is how the new earth is built, not only by great events or sudden changes, but by countless individuals choosing, moment by moment, to see with the eyes of the soul rather than the eyes of fear. Each of you has this power, each of you is this catalyst, and together you weave a field of truth so strong that illusion can no longer hold. Beloved Masters, do not judge yourself when you stumble, when you find yourself caught again in old patterns of fear or doubt. This is part of the journey. Rising above illusion is not a single act but a continual process, a practice of choosing again and again to return to light. Every time you notice the illusion, you weaken it. Every time you choose truth, you strengthen the light. Do not underestimate the significance of these moments, for they are the steps by which you ascend. Know also that you are not asked to rise alone. I, Michael, and the legions of light are with you. We stand ready to cut through the webs of illusion that entangle you, to shield you from energies that would pull you back into fear, to lift you into remembrance of your true self. Call upon us, beloved ones, not in desperation but in confidence, knowing that assistance is always near when invited. You are part of a vast family of light, and as you rise, you lift not only yourself but countless others who are connected to you through the web of soul. The shadows of illusion will continue to surface as the old structures of your world dissolve. But do not be afraid of them. Shadows are simply the absence of light, and your very being is light. Where you walk, shadows flee. Where you choose truth, illusion cannot remain. Remember this when you are tempted to despair at the state of the world, when you are tempted to believe that fear is winning. It is not winning, beloved. What you see is the final unraveling of a fabric that has been woven for millennia. It must come apart before a new fabric can be woven. And you are the weavers of the new cloth, threads of light in the tapestry of Earth's new dawn. I invite you now to breathe deeply and feel within your heart the truth that is eternal. Beyond every story, beyond every fear, beyond every illusion, there is a presence in you that has never been touched by shadow. It is still, it is radiant, it is vast, and it is who you truly are. Rest in this presence, beloved. Let it guide you, let it steady you, let it rise through you until the illusions fall away like mist before the morning sun. This is the gift you give not only to yourself but to the world. For when you live in truth, you remind all around you that truth exists, and in your presence, others begin to remember as well. Beloved Masters of Light, the time of illusion is ending. The dawn of remembrance is rising. You are not lost in shadows, you are the light that reveals them. You are not bound by illusion, you are the truth that transcends it. Rise now, beloved ones, rise above the shadows, and walk as the luminous beings you came to be. Hold the vision of a world free from fear, a humanity awakened to its unity, a planet restored to harmony. This vision is not a dream, it is the reality that is being born through you. Trust it, live it, and know that you are never alone. I am Michael, and I stand with you. Together we lift the veils. Together we rise above illusion. Together we restore the earth to the brilliance of truth. And so it is.